He says he loves you, but do you feel the same way? Love isn't just about saying the right words. It's about what you do without even thinking. When you truly love a man, your actions speak louder than anything else. You don't force it. You don't fake it. It just happens. Do you find yourself remembering the little things that make him smile? Do you stand by his side, even when things aren't perfect? If so, your heart has already made its choice. Here are 12 things a woman naturally does when she's with the man she truly loves. Let's see how many of these sound like you. Number 1, she makes you feel special. Love isn't about grand gestures. It's about making someone feel valued in the little moments. A woman who cares deeply will notice things others overlook. She pays attention to what makes him happy, remembers the small details, and makes an effort to bring joy into his life. She doesn't just listen to his words. She understands his emotions. If he's having a tough day, she offers comfort without being asked. If he achieves something, no matter how small, she celebrates like it's a big victory. She supports him in ways that make a difference. Whether it's encouraging his dreams, standing by his side in tough times, or simply making him laugh when he needs it most, she wants him to feel important. Even in a crowd, she ensures he never feels alone. Through her words, actions, and presence, she lets him know he holds a special place in her heart. Number 2, she shares her secrets. Trust is the foundation of love. If she opens up about her fears, dreams, and past, it means she feels safe with him. She doesn't just share surface-level thoughts, she reveals parts of herself that she hides from the world. Talking about personal struggles isn't easy, but she trusts that he won't judge her. She tells him about childhood memories, things that make her anxious, and even moments of self-doubt. She wants him to understand her fully, not just the happy or strong version of herself. She also includes him in her future plans. If she talks about where she wants to be in 5 years and asks for his opinion, it's a sign she sees him as part of that future. Her openness isn't just about talking, it's about letting him into her heart and allowing him to truly know her. Number 3, she listens with care. Listening isn't just about hearing words, it's about understanding feelings. When she truly cares, she listens with patience and interest. She doesn't just nod absent-mindedly. She remembers the things he says, even the ones that seem small or unimportant. If he talks about his day, his worries, or his dreams, she gives him her full attention. She doesn't interrupt or brush off his thoughts. Instead, she asks questions, offers support, and makes him feel heard. She also notices the emotions behind his words. If he says he's fine but looks troubled, she gently encourages him to talk. She creates a space where he can be honest, without fear of being dismissed. Even during disagreements, she listens instead of just waiting for her turn to speak. She wants to understand his perspective, not just prove a point. Her ability to truly listen shows she values him, his thoughts, and his emotions. Number 4, she supports your dreams. Success feels different when there's someone cheering for you. She believes in his potential, even when he doubts himself. Whether his dreams are big or small, she encourages him to chase them. She doesn't just offer empty words, she takes real action. If he's starting a new project, she asks about it, gives suggestions, and helps however she can. If he wants to try something new, she reassures him that he's capable. She doesn't see his ambitions as a threat, but as something to be proud of. When he faces setbacks, she doesn't say, "I told you so." Instead, she reminds him why he started in the first place. She understands that growth comes with struggles, and she stays by his side through both successes and failures. She doesn't try to control his path, but respects his choices. Her support is not about pushing him, it's about standing beside him, believing in him, and reminding him that he's never alone in his journey. Number 5, she fights, but stays. Arguments happen in every relationship, but what matters is how she handles them. She doesn't walk away over small problems. Instead of letting anger take over, she works to fix things. She speaks up when something bothers her because she values honesty. She doesn't believe in silent treatment or holding grudges. If she's upset, she wants to talk it out instead of letting resentment grow. Even when things get hard, she doesn't give up easily. She chooses to stay and find solutions rather than avoiding the issue. She's willing to compromise when needed, because the relationship matters more than her ego. That doesn't mean she tolerates disrespect or mistreatment. She knows her worth, but she also knows that love isn't perfect. She fights not to hurt, but to heal. When she argues, it's because she cares enough to fix what's broken instead of throwing it away. Number 6, She shows affection publicly. Love isn't meant to be hidden. She isn't afraid to show in small ways that he means something to her. Whether it's holding his hand, fixing his collar, or simply smiling at him in a crowded room, she makes him feel wanted. She doesn't do it for attention. She does it because it feels natural. A gentle touch on his arm while talking, leaning closer when he speaks, these small actions show she's comfortable around him. Public affection doesn't always mean physical touch. It's also about how she talks about him when he's not around. She speaks with pride, never belittling him in front of others. She doesn't shy away from calling him my person or including him in conversations. She doesn't act differently in front of people. The way she treats him in private is the same way she treats him in public. Her affection isn't forced or done for show. It's a genuine reflection of how she feels. Number 7. She remembers the little things. Love is in the details. She pays attention to the things that make him who he is. Maybe it's how he takes his coffee, the way he fidgets when he's nervous, or the song that always makes him smile. She remembers his favorite meals and surprises him with them. If he casually mentions something he wants, she keeps it in mind for later. She recalls moments that even he forgets, stories from his childhood, inside jokes, or things he once said in passing. It's not about having a perfect memory. It's about caring enough to listen and store these details because they matter to him. She doesn't just remember important dates, she remembers how he felt during those moments. When he realizes she notices these small things, it makes him feel seen and appreciated. Her love is not just about words or gifts. It's about the little acts of thoughtfulness that show she truly values him. Number 8. She puts in effort. Love isn't effortless. It requires care and commitment. She doesn't expect everything to work on its own. She actively invests in the relationship. She makes time even when life gets busy. Whether it's sending a quick text to check in, planning a small surprise, or simply being present, she ensures he never feels like an afterthought. When conflicts arise, she doesn't ignore them or hope they fix themselves. She's willing to communicate and work things out. She also puts effort into keeping the spark alive, whether that's trying new things together, going on dates, or making sure they don't fall into a routine. Effort isn't just about grand gestures. It's also in the way she listens, how she supports his dreams, and the energy she brings into the relationship. She doesn't take him for granted. She chooses him every day, not because she has to, but because she wants to. Number 9. She defends you. Love means standing up for someone, even when they're not around. If someone speaks badly about him unfairly, she won't stay silent. She won't let others disrespect him or mock his struggles. Defending him isn't just about arguing with others. It's also about standing by his side when life gets tough. If people doubt him, she reassures him. If he makes a mistake, she holds him accountable, but doesn't let others tear him down. She also respects him in private. She doesn't insult him during arguments or use his weaknesses against him. Instead of pointing out his flaws, she reminds him of his strengths. Loyalty isn't just about being faithful. It's about having his back in all situations. She lets him know that no matter what happens, he's not standing alone. Number 10. She values your opinion. She doesn't just want to be heard. She wants to hear him too. His thoughts, feelings, and perspectives matter to her. She asks for his advice, not because she can't decide on her own, but because she respects his insight. She listens when he speaks, even if she doesn't always agree. Instead of dismissing his views, she considers them. When making decisions, whether big or small, she includes him because she sees him as her partner. If she's struggling with something, she trusts his words to guide her. She wants his perspective on her goals, challenges, and even daily choices. She values his mind, not just his presence. In disagreements, she doesn't just argue to win. She listens, understands, and sometimes even changes her perspective if he makes a good point. Respect is a two-way street, and she makes sure he feels like his voice matters. Number 11. She plans a future with you. She doesn't just think about the present. She sees him in her future, whether it's small things like planning vacations together or bigger ones like discussing long-term goals. She includes him in what's ahead. She talks about we instead of just me. If she's thinking about a career move, a place to live, or major life decisions, she considers how it will affect both of them. She doesn't keep him at a distance or treat the relationship as temporary. This doesn't mean she rushes things. She lets things unfold naturally, but she's not afraid of commitment. She doesn't make future plans with uncertainty. She makes them with confidence because she knows she wants him in her life. Her actions match her words. If she says she wants to build a life together, she actively works towards it. Love isn't just about the present moments. It's about choosing to walk the same path, side by side. Number 12. She loves you as you are. Perfection isn't real, and she knows that. She doesn't expect him to be flawless or compare him to others. She accepts his quirks, flaws, and imperfections because that's what makes him unique. She doesn't try to change him into someone he's not. If he has weaknesses, she doesn't use them against him. Instead, she helps him grow without making him feel like he's not enough. Love isn't about finding someone without flaws. It's about finding someone whose imperfections you can love. She doesn't just love his strengths. She embraces the sides of him that he might not even like about himself. She makes him feel safe being himself. He doesn't have to pretend, act tougher than he is, or hide his emotions. She sees him the real him and chooses to love him every single day. Love isn't just what someone says, it's what they do. If a woman shows these signs, her feelings are real. But here's something to think about. Love isn't one-sided. A woman who loves with her whole heart also deserves to feel the same in return. Does she feel valued the way she makes you feel? Does she receive the same effort she gives? Love isn't about keeping score, but it should never feel one-sided. If these signs remind you of someone, hold on to her. If you see gaps, maybe it's time to reflect. A strong relationship is built by two people, not just one. So, what do you think? Do these signs match your experience? Let's talk in the comments.